Hello there. So, third tip for getting over your fear of presenting to camera. Today's tip is it's one simple word, but there's a whole host of ways in which you can implement it. And that word is simply this: practice. Now, yeah, I know, practice. It's easy to say. What do we mean by practice? Well, I mean it in a couple of different contexts. One is basically the more you do these things, the more you practice creating video, the more you do it, the easier it gets. Seriously, everyone who does it will tell you, the more you do it, the easier it gets. I know when you first start out, it can feel so awful, it can feel such a terrifying thing to do. Genuinely, the more you do it, the easier it will get. Because there's so many things going on, and the more often you do it, the smoother it becomes, the better you get at doing it, which makes you in turn feel better at it, which makes your results better, which makes you less fearful of doing it. So the first part of practice is just keep doing these things. And the second part of practice, remember the previous two tips talking about not using a script, about using your bullet points, and what to do if you do inadvertently manage to mix up the flow of the content. We talked about doing those, and another aspect of it is practice what you're going to be saying. Now, how can you practice it if you don't have a script? Well, it's quite easy. You've got your bullet points, you've got your outline, you know kind of what you want to say. Just have a couple of practice goes at going through it, with or without the camera there, but without recording it. Just have a couple of practice goes. Maybe have a couple of practice goes just to yourself, where you're sort of thinking through it. Now, don't do it in your head. Do it out loud. Always do it out loud. It will be much easier for you to practice it that way. So practice saying it out loud a couple of times, and then maybe just have a practice with your camera set up. Just have a practice of saying it to the camera. Because what's happening in there is when you practice it the first couple of times, you're kind of getting into the flow of it. You're clearing through everything. You're sorting out the fact that you can actually do this. And then you have maybe a couple of practices in front of the camera without the camera switched on, so you haven't got the pressure. You haven't got the pressure of it being filmed, but you're now doing the talk the way you've done it in front of a camera, which is a different situation from how you practice it. Do that a couple of times, and then have a go with the camera running. And you could maybe even go through it, say it's a short 2 or 3 minute video, you might even go through it 2 or 3 times, just on a roll. Go through it, do it again, and just see how it comes out. And the more you do these things, the easier it will come, until you reach the point where you kind of go through it once and then bam, you can do it straight to video. It will come, I promise, it will come with practice. And that's today's tip: practice. Let me know how you're getting on with these. How useful are you finding it? I'm having some great comments already from quite a few people. It's lovely seeing the insights into how some of you are using these tips. So wherever you're watching this, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever it is, YouTube, pop a comment wherever you are. Let me know how you're getting on. I'd love to hear how you're putting these into practice. And I'll catch you with another tip in the next video.